know, like chicks, ducklings.
Chicks. Oh, okay. That's where you were going. Okay.
Let's see here, I forget where I'm sitting.
Hey, check this out.
Yes, yes.
You know? Yeah, probably.
Tracy, you don't mind let me add that road to the list tonight?
It's a call to order. This is the February 23rd, 2017, the regular meeting of the Livingston Parish Council. If we could all stand, please. Mr. Mack? Oh, sorry. Mr. Talbert, you did the invocation.
Good evening, Father. We come to you in prayer. We ask your blessings on this meeting, oversee us in our efforts to help guide this parish. Pray for our other leaders. We want to come to you and thank you for everything you've given us. And pray for Live Oak High School as they travel tomorrow night to Washita Parish. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Mr. King, will you lead us in the pledge?
Join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Miss Sandy, could you call the roll, please? Here.
Here.
Mr. Garlinghouse.
Here.
Mr. King.
Here.
Mr. Harris.
Here.
Mr. Talbert.
Here.
Mr. Mack.
Here.
Mr. Averett.
Here.
Mr. Ledell.
Item 5, we remind everyone, if you have your cell phone, to please turn it off or put it on mute. Myself here. And item 6 is the public input. If anybody in the audience has anything or want to address any of the topics that are brought up, please feel free to raise your hand and come to this microphone and be recognized. We'll hear what you have to say. So item 7 is presentations. We have any presentations this week, so we'll go to item 8, the adoption of the minutes for the February 9th, 2017 regular meeting of the council.
I move we adopt those minutes as recorded.
All right, motion by Mr. Wascom, second by Mr. Harris. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Item 9 is the parish president's report. I think, yep, nothing from his office.
I think he's otherwise detained.
Yeah, so nothing tonight on item 9. Item 10 is the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. My good friend, Mr. Mark Harrell, who's
Just stepped out.
also stepped out. So,
Having a rib.
so
He's eating a rib.
He just came for supper.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a
We'll
tornado.
go back to him if he needs
All right.
them, huh?
Well-
That's right.
I guess we'll come back. All right, item 11, we are now entering a public hearing. This is for the adoption of LP ordinance number 17-02, adjudicated property at 32185 Linder Road, Denham Springs. Sandy, need to read it by title?
This is an ordinance authorizing the Livingston Parish Council to declare certain adjudicated property surplus and authorize the sale of said property to adjoining landowners, C.J. Boudreaux Jr. and Mamie S. Boudreaux, their agents or sons, for the price of $30,000, in which property is described as follows.
Any discussion from the audience? Anything from the council? Okay, I now call this public hearing closed. I need a motion to pass.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. King, second by Mr. Ard. Sandy, you call the roll?
Mr. Ard,
Yes.
Mr. Wascom,
Yes.
Mr. Girlinghouse,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Mr. Harris,
Yes.
Mr. Talbert,
Yes.
Mr. Mack,
Yes.
Mr. Averett.
Yes.
Item 12, we're now entering a public hearing. Yeah, I did.
You did.
Yeah. Now we're entering a public hearing. So same thing goes. This is the LP ordinance number 17-03, sewer district number 1 and number 2, consolidation and name change. Ms. Sandy, would you read it by title?
This is an ordinance amending and reenacting Article 3, Sewer Districts, Division 1, generally, Division 2, District Number 1, Section 17 through 45 through 17-177 of the Livingston Parish Code of Ordinances by amending the legal names of Sewerage District Number 1 and Sewerage District Number 2 to be known as the Livingston Parish Sewer District and consolidating the boundaries and legal description of Sewer District Number 1 to be incorporated into Sewer District Number 2.
Any input from the audience? Any input from the council? I declare the public meeting closed. I need a motion to pass. Motion by Mr. Averett,
I'll second that.
second by Mr. Talbert. Ms. Sandy, would you call the roll?
Mr. Ard,
Yes.
Mr. Wascom,
Yes.
Mr. Girlinghouse.
Yes.
Mr. King.
Yes.
Mr. Harris.
Yes.
Mr. Talbert.
Yes.
Mr. Mack.
Yes.
Mr. Averett.
Yes.
Item 13 is an introduction of an ordinance to change the salary of the council members. I think this has been,
Yeah, I'd like to table that. Can we discuss a little bit?
certainly.
Just a little
Let me
bit?
finish reading.
Okay.
To change the salary of the council members, not effective in current term, but beginning in 2020, not to exceed the maximum authorized by state law, Home Rule Charter, Section 2-05, compensation. Mr. King.
Yeah, this was something we had looked at way back when we first were elected a year ago, a little over a year ago, and realized that the council was getting paid way less than the people, the neighboring parishes. And so I was going to bring it up tonight and go ahead and introduce the ordinance, and didn't discuss it as much as I needed to with my council. You know, I thought we were going to pull it a few weeks ago, put it on, and then with the flood, I know there's not a good time to discuss pay increases for yourself. Well, it's not for ourselves, it's for the future councilman. And the ordinance was actually going to state, I believe Ms. Sandy said, that anytime the legislature changes the amount of pay that's allowed by law, that it would automatically go into effect instead of us having to go back over and over and it looked like we're trying to give us a pay raise. In the future, which would be after the next election cycle, is when this would take effect. Haven't gotten any negative from anybody, but it just, some of you guys had said the timing with the flood and things may not be right. Well, there's really never going to be a great time to do things like this. I've talked to different people in the parish, and they're like, Well, it doesn't affect y'all as of now. Don't get mandated to backdate it to us to make more money. It's not about that. It's about the future. Has it been? It's been since 2000, since there's been a pay increase for the parish council. And even back then, they got insurance and other perks that we don't get as a rule, for us. So I'd like for y'all to think about it, talk to your constituents. If there's anybody out there watching that has a problem with a pay increase for the next council, whether it be us or someone else, please call us. Let us know how you feel. I don't think it's even a compensation problem with any of my council guys. You guys are great, and we've talked about it. I think we need to talk about it a little bit more and get your take from your people. And then let's go back in a few weeks, a few months, whenever you think it's right. Let's do this and get it on board and then Miss Jennifer can budget for it, knowing that in 3 years it'll kick in. So, and it's raising from 1,200, I think the maximum is 1,600 right now. And some parishes are actually paying their chairman an additional $400 a month. And a lot of them getting 100% insurance. If it's not, some of them are half. And I just think it's a good idea for the future generations of people that'll come up and be on this council.
If we get insurance, we have to pay 100%, right?
Yeah, we got to pay it all, as of right now.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't know if that would change in the future, but it's kind of irrelevant. It isn't like I'm trying to get a bunch of money for us. It just needs to get it in line with what the parishes around us are actually paying their councilmen. And police jury, I would think, if it applies to those too, right? So, but I'd like to remove it tonight, as I said I was gonna, and we'll bring it back up whenever you guys are ready or comfortable. I know the people are hurting. We go through a lot of things. 2 floods in 1 year, and then the tornado outbreak, and another one right before that. We had the other one in Livingston. That was hurtful for a bunch of people there too.
But people need to realize it's not for this council.
Right.
It's for the next incoming council in 2020.
Well, I think most people in here, there was a
Right.
couple of councilmen that said that they didn't want to vote for a pay increase for their board they're on, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But from talking to the other councilmen, this would probably pass. And I think it needs to be done. Like I told the newspaper, no one can raise this except the council. So it's going to look like we raise our pay no matter when it's done. But you still have to get reelected. If someone would take offense to us raising it to what everybody else is making around us, then I guess they'd go, well, I ain't voting for that guy. I think they would. Anyhow, anybody else?
No, so you want to,
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull it.
okay.
And we'll wait a few weeks and then we'll read.
I mean, the article in the paper said we were gonna pull it, so I
That's
mean,
right.
if
And
we
that's-
don't pull it, then it looks like we weren't, kind of tried to pull a fast
That's why I
one.
told
think-
John, and
I think
that's,
given the situation that, there are a lot of people still hurting, so let's just, sometime this summer when things seem to be leveled out, that we'll get an idea of what's going on and we'll reintroduce it and have our
And see how it
discussion and
goes.
get our input from our constituents between now and then and move forward, one way or the other.
perfect. Okay.
Agree with that.
All right, so the item's pulled. Item 14, board appointments, Fire Protection District number 12 are reappointments. Mr. Ard.
Yeah, I have 2 reappointments, Mr. Robert Hughes and Mr. Huey Macklin.
All right. Any discussion from the audience? Any discussion from the council?
The other gentleman, you're going to hold off.
Yes, we're going to hold off on the other ones right now.
Okay, so,
If you put that in motion, I'll second.
all right.
I'll make
All right.
that motion.
I need a motion to reappoint Mr. Robert Hughes and Mr. Huey Macklin.
I'll make that.
Motion by
I'll
Mr.
second.
Ard, second by Mr. Wascom. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. All right, item 15. I think this one's already been taken care of. It's a name road, Bobby Graham Drive, located off of LA Highway 1025 in Council District number 3. And this has already been handled? Mr.
Yeah, after they went to DPW and asked for this to be put on the agenda and DPW put it on here, we did find out that it had already been named. It's not a parish road, but they wanted the red sign because they have some people with some illnesses on the road and they won't be able to, ambulances be able to find it. And Mr. Sam said, no problem, they're going to take care of it.
Okay, awesome. All right. Item 16, District Attorney's Report?
No report.
Report. All right. Item 17, I need a motion to adjourn. Motion by Mr. Averett, second by Mr. R.C. Bubba Harris. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. This meeting is adjourned.
14 minutes.
Thank you.